How's it going?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. How's it been being back these last few weeks and a lot of new faces? So how's that been?
Definitely. I was watching the amount of rookies out there stretching yesterday, and I was like, "Holy moly, this looks like a whole team right here," you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good to be back in the building, and you always never want to have a season end as short as it did for us last year. But it's really rejuvenating getting back in here with the guys and getting back to football.
I think we talk about this every year, but I mean, you are 7-8 years into your career. Does it seem like just yesterday you were those guys out there, rookies stretching, or no?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a long time ago, but at the same time, every once in a while when they first get here, it kind of brings me back to, just seeing some of the wide eyes and stuff, and remember myself as a rookie, being a little nervous coming into a new situation, and but it's exciting, and we're excited to have them. So it's excited to get everybody back in here.
And, you've talked a lot about when guys are leaving, coming in, it's a business. The NFL is a business. But you've been part of an organization that always seems to be making moves in the offseason. Splash moves, little moves. And this year it's been very quiet. How is that for a veteran player, for you to see what's not happening? How do you process it?
It's different. I mean, I've been so blessed and fortunate that I've been able to be a part of this organization my entire career. I understand how not common that is, or how uncommon it is to have be in the same position as long as I have, in the same place, I should say. But it's a great organization to be a part of, and you never know what's going to happen. In the end, it's a business, and it's all about winning games. And I'm going to do my part and try to do that, and try to bring along whoever it is here. New guys, help them get on board as fast as I can, and so we can focus on winning football games.
Tyler, how much time do you take off when the season ends until now? Do you take a mental break?
It's a little different. I've had to navigate my way a little bit the longer I've played, just trying to rest. It's almost I got to force myself to rest, because I get the type of guy that gets a little paranoid about not doing as much as I feel like I should be, and so finding that balance about not doing too much but doing too much, and letting the body rest and recover. As I said earlier, you never want the season to end as soon as it did last year for us, but it was nice having that break to let the body kind of recover a little bit, especially coming off the year before with the knee surgery, and winning the Super Bowl, playing it the longest possible time we could. So definitely feel a lot better right now this year than I did compared to last year at this time. So
And Tyler, just kind of on that, you seem to sort of rumble your way through some various, nobody's fully healthy during a season ever in this profession, but you did seem to rumble your way through some various injuries. And did you have to have anything done this year?
No, nothing done this year. And that's football. That's who I am. That's part of my game. Is just I'm always wanting to battle for my guys and do what I can. If I'm available, I try to be. Everybody's always battling through stuff, some more than others, and that's just part of it, and that's the mindset I take into it. So.
Speaking of new faces, what can you tell us about Hunter?
He's come on. He's came to work. Great dude, great guy, wants to work, and he's going to be a good player for us. He's going to help us a lot, and I'm excited.
What kind of a skill? We haven't seen him yet, so what kind of a skill set does he have?
I mean, he can do a little bit of everything, and I think some of the best tight ends in the game are able to do it on all three downs, in the run game, the pass game, and in pass protection. We'll get on the field next week and start getting into some more practice and stuff, but it looks great doing all the drills and responds well to certain things. And again, we've been working out, and I'm pushing myself every day, and he's in there pushing himself as well. So it's nice to kind of get in there and be pushing each other. So,
what do you think has to be different this upcoming season from last season for you guys to kind of get back on the winning track?
I think each year has different. Each year comes with different tasks and different things. But I think we need to get some of these young guys on board early as fast as we can, get them caught up to speed, and just let them know that they've been playing ball their whole life and they can do it at this level as well. Just getting them caught up with the schemes and everything, some of the new guys, and staying healthy and doing what we can and win games, just being better overall.
When you think about that adjustment that you went through as a rookie, that move from college to the NFL, was it, is that easier said than done, getting up to speed and actually being able to play, naturally?
I think in some cases, yes. Some positions a little tougher than others. But, it's been done before, so it can happen again. Mm-hmm. So we're excited.
What kind of questions do the rookies ask you?
A lot. I was actually talking to a couple this morning, just, asking about, certain things that helped me as a rookie. Just reviewing scripts and playbooks and, asking questions about here. I had a rookie coming to me at breakfast this morning asking about certain formations and motions and certain things like that. And I mean, that's one of the reasons I'm here is to help them. I've been around, I've watched this offense, adapt and evolve as it has over the years. And so I'm familiar with some of the stuff or most of the stuff I should say. And, just be there as a resource for these younger guys.
Sean spoke last year about, with praise for you about like how you just stayed the course through all the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And this year you're entering some question marks, contract year, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys, as an organization and you yourself, have you had any conversations about that, and kind of what's your mindset going into a year that does have that on the other side?
Not too much different myself. Again, that's my agent, front office. That's their business. That's not mine. I'll make it my business when it is. But I take the same mindset into every year, every day that I can. It's just come to work, be the best person that I can be the best player that I can be. Try to bring along those others with me, and just go to work. One thing my parents have instilled in me, and one thing that I know to do is to work. So try to bring that mindset in here every day, and it doesn't matter if it's going my way or not. I'm just coming into work and try to be the best person I can. So.
All set?
One more. You always have a good relationship with the O-linemen.
Mm-hmm. Those are my guys.
Yeah. What's this group like? A couple of new faces and obviously some savvy vets still in the room.
Yeah.
How they come in this year?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, we just got the rookies in yesterday, so I went in there this morning to O Block and introduced myself to some of the younger guys, and got a good core group of veterans that have been around, played a lot of football, a lot of meaningful football games that are leading the room. Obviously Big Rob's got 1 year on me in this organization, but yeah, he does a good job leading that room, and Brian Allen, Coleman Shelton, those guys have played a lot of meaningful ball. So a good group of guys, and I'm always in there chopping up with those guys.
So much happened to them last year that was outside of their control.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was outside of their control,
Mm-hmm.
do you sense like a little chip carrying forward, wanting to show that's an outlier?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think everybody in this organization, feels a little bit of chip on the shoulder the way last season went. We have had so much success around here in the last handful of years, and it's not like it was last year, I should say. But again, like I said, every year is a new year. So you try to bring that mindset, not necessarily washing it. You remember what happened, learn from those things that did happen, and then just try to make it a new year, and it's completely separate from last year. So, but I think last year definitely gave everybody a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, and just got to come to work and go earn it. No, nothing's gonna be given. So it's how it is. It's every year.
How's your off season been?
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good.
What have you been up to?
I've been training in Tampa, Florida with Yo Murphy, House of Athletes, and spending a little bit of time with my family. So.
What kind of workout do you do?
Man, Yo has us doing all kind of stuff. I can't even really name, but lifting, conditioning, getting us prepared for OTAs, like where I'm at now. So.
How is this preparation different than last year going through all the pre-draft stuff? Is this a better kind of situation for you in terms of?
Yeah, most definitely. It's more relaxed now. During the pre-draft, it was kind of stressful back when I was going through the draft, mm-hmm. and going up into the draft, and now it's just like I'm going to my second year, so mm-hmm. I'm just being a leader to the rookies that's we got here now. So.
And I mean, you're a year into the league, and
yeah.
you're like one of the veteran guys.
Yeah.
What's kind of your mindset with Jalen gone in terms of what this secondary cornerback
mm-hmm.
group specifically is going to look like going
in? We're going to compete at a high level. We got each other backs, even though, Jalen gone, David Long's gone, Troy's gone, the other guys, Taylor Rapp, Nick Scott, all those guys gone now. So we young in the back end, but, we got some ballers back there, and we just drafted some more guys. So it's a great opportunity for us to step up and show the league what we got. So.
Were you previously familiar with any of the guys that they did draft in the secondary? And then, obviously the rookies got here this week. And if you weren't previously familiar, what's your first impression?
Wasn't really familiar with them. I watched a few highlight tapes. A bunch of them can, play ball. I think we got some good guys here. They're going to compete at a high level. They're going to push one another. They're going to push us to, bring the best out of us. And we're going to also do that to them, too. We got to set the bar high for the rookie class. And, even though this is my second year, I just feel like you got to have that leadership skill for them to, guide them and put them in the right position to win.
What are your kind of initial impressions of Aubrey Pleasant?
He's a great guy, man. I love how he coach. It's only my second year. It's my first time ever really, going through coaches.
Right.
Being in the NFL is my second year. Went through a lot of coaches in college though, but that's kind of different level. Just picking up back where we left off from last year, and just really polishing up a little bit of stuff that I had bad going on with me and my technique and things like that. But he's a great coach, holds accountability to us and to himself too. So, it's great having him a part of this team.
On top of that, what's it like to have Raheem back?
Oh man, it's great to have him back. During the time, I really didn't know what was going on. I don't really pay attention to the news of what's going on, if we're going to have a coach or not have a coach. But he's back, so, I'm happy about it.
Cobie, last year, especially at the end of the year when you got healthy and you got your feet under you a little bit, you started really making plays on the ball. What's the psyche kind of behind carrying that forward, not just the skill set, but like the mental part of it?
Really just God-given ability. I played baseball too, so that kind of played a little part in it. And just really working at it. Growing up, my brothers helped me, so I just, whatever they did, I wanted to do. So through my draft process and, being here with the Rams, a lot of people say that one of my great skills is having ball skills. So just being able to track the ball, was never really a problem. It's see ball, get ball, so.
And then you're also a player who you can play the star, you can play the slot, you can play on the outside. They did all of that with you last year. But in terms of the on paper locked in starting roles, those still seem, because of the personnel you guys lost, those sort of seem like someone needs to step in and sort of take command of any or all of those. Is that a goal for you?
Yeah, it's a goal for everybody in the back end. I feel like all positions is open. And, they're going to play the best. Just really going through OTAs and, walking into a training camp, I feel like, wherever the coaches want us to play, we'll play. Everybody know every position, so it's good.
What is your message, or what will be your message to the rookies based on what worked for you transitioning to the NFL and maybe something that didn't, that you would do different? What will you tell those young guys in terms of navigating kind of this period?
Something that I learned from Coach Aubrey Pleasant. Know thyself. Know yourself. You don't have to try to fit in. This is your job now. And, at any moment it can be taken from you. So you got to come to work ready. Leave all extra stuff that, that's going on outside of this building. Leave it, back home or whatever you got going on. And just, come here and compete at a high level so we can win games.
How's it, it's been quick, arrival and all of that, and onboarding, but how's it been for you so far?
It's been great. Last week was my first full week getting to learn the offense, meeting Matthew, meeting Z-Rob, meeting Michael Floor, Sean, all the guys, and trying to learn a lot of names. Like, you go to any other building. I think that's the main thing I've been trying to do first is just learn my teammates' names, learn all the coaches, all the support staff. So, it's been kind of a whirlwind, but it's been great.
What about this particular opportunity was attractive to you?
Yeah, I think just, number one, the offense I'm familiar with. What I ran with Nathaniel Hackett last year is somewhat similar to what Sean's been doing here. I'm seeing the differences now, obviously, but this is a winning football team, and obviously last year they didn't go the way that they wanted to, but I could tell just from being here the first couple of days that the culture is really, really good. It's a winning culture, and these guys are in a place now where I feel like they're ready to win right now.
How do you kind of explain the culture coming from a different place to another? What are the biggest differences?
I would say just the energy that Coach McVay brings, every single day. He just, his first team meeting, even just talking about communication, character, discipline, just right away setting the tone for the season and, how we're going to act and how we're going to operate around here. And for me, that was refreshing. And, obviously, the last 4 years in Denver have been tough, but, we battled through a lot. And so, to come here and see a place where, there has been a culture set in place with Coach McVay being here for 5 or 6 years now, because we've had so much turnover in Denver. It's been cool to see.
Did you know any of the players here? Friends with any of them?
I've known Cooper for probably 7 years now. So I'm from Spokane, Washington. Obviously, he's from Yakima. And when he was at Eastern, I would come back home to Spokane, and we would get out and throw together a bunch. And so I knew him before he was even drafted, and I always have thought very, very highly of him. And obviously being an Eastern Washington guy, there's not that many guys in the NFL from Eastern Washington. So
Has he changed at all, or?
Definitely not. No, he seems like the same guy, and he hasn't been here, unfortunately, the past couple of weeks, but, he texted me right when I signed, and, was very cool about it, and just reached out right away. And I know him and Anna are going to have a baby here pretty soon. So, yeah.
From system to system, the language of this offense changes, but the core roots of it,
Yeah.
you spoke on it earlier. It's very clear what fundamental rules that it shares.
Mm-hmm.
What's that been like for you? Almost maybe like a deja vu weird feeling. You're like, oh, I know what this is. We called it this. What's that process
Yeah.
like?
It's interesting because, there's some words that may have meant something different in my old offense, are the same word, but now mean something different, right? So it's those types of things that I think are the hardest to kind of get over. And then, as far as pass concepts and run concepts, it's just different words. I've noticed the run game here is very advanced, and they use the receivers in a multitude of ways to get in on blocking schemes with motions and different things. So, and they kind of put those all into one words at times. So you'll have to know the motion and what the concept is based on just what the word is. So it's just a learning curve that, like any other offense, and I've been in, this is my 4th offense I've had now in the NFL in 5 years. So, it's just learning.
Sean's been doing that for forever, as you know.
Yeah.
That like illusion of complexity, everything looks the same, and it's not the same after the snap and all of that. And what is it like though? I'm sure you've seen this and maybe even felt it even in your short time here so far. When something clicks, does it feel like there's okay, now I can be that much faster because I know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think obviously we're just running plays on air right now. And we've done a little bit against, having some offensive guys in the scout team. So I've got to see Matthew operate a little bit in the system. And, they operate very, very quickly. And, going up to the line of scrimmage, why you're getting out of a certain play. And they do a really good job of trying to get into the best play in every possible scenario. So, you notice that quickly.
Knowing that you're fully immersed in what you were doing with Denver and just trying to stay present there, is there ever a time where you kind of look from afar at the Rams, you saw what they were doing with Jared, see what they're doing with Matthew, and wonder like, God, I'd love an opportunity to play in that kind of a system? And did you ever have those kinds of thoughts? And now that you're here, what's that like to actually get that opportunity?
Yeah, I don't know necessarily if I had the thoughts like I wish I was there, but you obviously look from afar. I love to watch teams around the league. I would being a backup and a third string my first couple of years. I've gotten to do some projects for coaches throughout the week just to make up time, and this was one of the teams that I really like to study, and I've always really appreciated what Sean has done on offense, and I think now being here, it confirms that, everything that you thought, and how complex but simple it is at the same time for the guys running it. So, I'm very fortunate to have this opportunity.
Is there anything, like, you do study a lot of teams, and like this, if you're running the scout team, you have to be doing,
Yeah.
all those projects and all that. But like, is there anything, like, what fingerprints does he put? The system is saturated across the league now. Like, what fingerprints does Sean put on this?
I don't know. It'd be tough to pinpoint one thing specifically, but I think they do a really good job of, obviously not using a lot of personnel groups. That's one thing I've noticed right away. But then, like I said, using the receivers in a multitude of ways and really putting them in the best position to be successful. And at the same time, it's all the Shanahan 49er type runs with the outside zone, the mid zones. But again, more simple because we're using less personnel. We're using more 11 and 12 personnel, and getting the receivers in positions to where they can block, but then also having play passes that look similar off of that. So now you're getting some advantageous matchups on safeties when guys think they're getting blocked and different things like that.
What's it
Big-
been like,
go
go
ahead.
ahead,
Sorry,
Gary.
no, go
What's
ahead.
it been like getting to Matthew?
He's been great. I think just in the 1 week I had with him, I think it's going to be a great QB room. Stetson, Dresser, both great guys as well. And you can tell Matthew is one of the smartest minds I've been around. And, just getting to watch him just even operate at the line of scrimmage against our coaching staff and the scout team offensive guys has been awesome to see. And, definitely a guy I want to learn from a lot and take as much knowledge as I can from.
And as a veteran, how do you see your role with Stetson Bennett? I mean, I know you guys are competing, but
Yeah.
are you somewhat of a mentor too at this point? Or
Yeah, absolutely. I think anytime, and I think this is true for any QB room, you go in and you're all trying to help each other, but at the same time, that you're competing, right? So, it's no surprise to anybody, but at the same time, like, I want him to be able to pick up stuff from me because this is my 5th year in the league now. And, I think it is important to pass on things to younger guys, that knowledge that you've gained throughout the years. And, I think that just makes everyone better. I think that makes the building better, right? So regardless of who wins the backup competition or whatever, right? Like you just, you constantly want to be progressing and learning. And, for these rookies, they're going through so much, right? Like there's a million different things. And I remember my rookie year, it's the same way. It's like there's so many different things that you're learning, new footwork, new offense, new terminology, how to call a play in the huddle, is a skill. So it's been great to, hear those guys ask me questions too, just because like I said, this is my 5th year now, and I feel like I've seen a lot of offense, seen a lot of football. So, I've been more than welcome to help those guys.
Couple more guys.
If I could follow up on that point too, I mean, a situation with a veteran like franchise at this point, after the trade, franchise quarterback, and then they draft a quarterback in the 4th round, and so why say yes to here, and what is your own personal goal being here?
Yeah, I think my own personal goal is just playing the best football I can possibly play, right? Like, that coming here, and at least in years past, they've haven't played the starters a lot in the preseason. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to play. And, whatever my role is, I don't really, obviously I don't make those decisions on what my role is going to be this fall. But if my number is called and I need to be ready, then I want to be playing the best football I can for the LA Rams. And so, and then as far as why I came here, I think, like I stated earlier, this is a winning culture, a great head coach, a lot of smart offensive minds that I'm going to be able to spend a lot of time around and get to learn from every single day. So it's a great opportunity that I'm looking forward to.